Hello, everybody. Today is January 26th, and I'm here to talk about the Supreme Court and freedom of speech and money. Now, if you've heard about the decision that was handed down by the Supreme Court a few days ago, you may have been confused in your reaction as I was, because at first I thought, okay, they're allowing corporations to have more free speech, and more freedom is good, so it's a win for free speech. But then I thought about it and looked into it a little more, and I think that it's actually the opposite. I think that it is anti-free speech for the people, and I'm going to talk a little bit about why I think that. Now, this decision essentially equates corporations with humans. It says they have the same rights as humans as far as free speech goes, granted to them by the Constitution, which the Constitution does grant those rights to persons, but if you call a corporation a person, that is what I would debate. Now, corporations are different from people in a lot of reasons, and very important reasons, and I'm going to talk about why right now. Corporations have much different values than people. They live forever, they can accumulate money over hundreds of years, they never die unless they go out of business. It's very hard to get rid of them. Like a person will die someday. Now, corporations want different things. Corporations want to make money. That's what businesses are supposed to do. Nothing wrong with that. But what corporations don't care about are children. They don't have children. They don't value having good schools. They don't value having good air, good water, wholesome food. They don't care about any of that stuff. And the really bad thing about corporations compared to humans is that they have the power to confuse people and make people act in ways that are destructive to themselves and others. Now, humans have some morality within them that usually does not let them act like that. Corporations essentially dehumanize people, and I'm not making this up. I'm getting that from this book right here, which I would highly suggest you all read, Obedience to Authority by Stanley Milgram. It details an experiment that was done that showed how people, when presented with a structure of authority, will act completely differently and completely inhuman in essence. They will act beyond their own value system simply because they're told to by authority. Now I'm going to read you a little clip here from the book. Predictably, subjects excuse their behavior by saying that the responsibility belonged to the man who actually pulled the switch. This may illustrate a dangerously typical situation in complex society. It is psychologically easy to ignore responsibility when one is only an intermediate link in a chain of evil action, but is far from the final consequences of the action. Even Eichmann, the Nazi, was sickened when he toured the concentration camps, but to participate in mass murder, he only had to sit at a desk and shuffle papers. At the same time, the man in the camp who actually dropped Cyclone B into the gas chambers was able to justify his behavior on the grounds that he was only following orders from above. Thus, there's a fragmentation of the total human act. No one decides to carry out the evil act and is confronted with the consequences. Any person who assumes full responsibility for the act has evaporated. Perhaps this is the most common characteristic of socially organized evil in modern society. Now, I think you can take that beyond Nazis in concentration camps and experiments and expand it to corporations. If you have a corporation doing something evil, you have so many people in that corporation at various steps that don't seem even at all, evil at all. You have people shuffling papers, you have accountants, you have marketing people. And if a corporation is doing something evil, for instance, getting in bed with the government and doing things that are anti-human prosperity, Monsanto comes to mind as an example, but there are others, the people working there feel no problem. They sleep just fine at night because of this effect of this diffusion of moral responsibility that gets pushed throughout society and essentially evaporates. The person evaporates. So if the person evaporates, the corporation is not a person because the person has evaporated. There's no sense of morality. There's no sense of duty. They're just there to make money, and they will do it evil or no evil. So in that sense, I don't think we need to be giving the same rights we give to a person as we do to something that will propagate evil with no problems like a person will. You can't easily rein in or assure that they won't do that. So that's all I got for that. I hope that I made a good argument there, convincing you that this is not good to give corporations the ability to unlimitedly fund political campaigns. I think it's worrisome that that's going to happen, and I think it's going to lead to more bad things. It's going to be anti-freedom and not pro-freedom, and that's what we should be structuring laws to be, is pro-freedom, not laws that will take away freedom. So check out this book. It's really, really good. Let me know what you think about that or about this, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.